so amazing. So coming up this weekend, the September 24th at 5 p.m. Eastern in Pomeroy, Ohio. It's the 2022 Beards on the Bend, brought to you by the Big Bend Beardsmen. So many B's. My gosh. Just bring him in here. Mr. Taxi Phil himself. What's
good
up,
afternoon
sir?
or good evening, gentlemen.
Wow, do you just look like you're just the most handsome man in bearding right now.
Well, it's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it. Especially since Jim Jones ain't next to me. Otherwise, we'll be okay.
Are you doing all right that Jim Jones is not next to you? Are you okay?
Yeah, I can handle it.
Okay.
But now I want to make something very clear about the South Dakota competition there, Aaron.
It was rigged.
Well, dead presidents really works with the judges.
I mean, good. I mean, those
With
judges.
the right amount of dead presidents, anything can happen.
So you're saying that Andrew paid off the judges?
I'm not saying Andrew paid off the judges. I'm just saying that I got free ice cream out of the deal.
Oh, the plot thickens. Not only did he have a suit in his pocket, he also had ice cream in his pocket.
Oh, yeah. He had a pickle in the other pocket.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't know where that came from, but I had to go there.
I mean, probably from his pocket.
Probably.
There you go.
So, Taxi Phil, you're all over the place. You're basically just gonna travel with me for the next few months.
Yes, sir. I'm the Aaron Johnson Jr. over here.
Apparently, so you're gonna be doing something at this event.
Yes, sir. I'll be emceeing the event there in Pomeroy. The Big Bend Beardsmen, and you're right, it's very hard to say.
It's super hard to say.
Yeah, it is. We'll just call the BBB from here on out.
The BBB.
It's like the Better Business Bureau.
There you go. Better Bureau.
Yeah, the BBB of Pomeroy.
Yeah. So, I mean, these guys, they do a great job, man. I mean, they've only been around a few years, and they've really stepped up their game. The competition they put on, they do a SquareOne as the charity they're using, and it's a resources for abused women. Domestic abuse women and stuff. So that's a really good thing. At the same time, there's like the steamboat days are going on. There's, it's just really, really cool. And
so
they've worked so hard.
Here's the website for SquareOne. It's SquareOneGJM.com. There's a little bit of information about what it is. It's a domestic, it's a shelter for domestic violence. And also we have, I'll bring this up too, because as you said, there is also the Ohio River Sternwheel Festival. I've never even heard of this before. I'm from Ohio, but
no, you're not. You're from Cleveland.
Well,
geez. Wow,
that's where the mistake by the lake up there. So
you're right. The mistake by the lake. I mean, we do have like the best football team in the world. But yeah, no, I've never heard of that. Tell us a little bit about what the Sternwheel Festival is, even though I know you're not here to talk about this.
No. It's really a cool event. Is when they bring in these boats from all over the areas, and you get to go on the boats and check them out. That's like the old boats they used for the riverboat days.
Okay.
Where you go on the cruises and stuff like that.
Wow.
That you can have dinner cruises and lunch cruises and dance cruises. They get you to go through the boats and all that kind of stuff and see what's actually going on.
We'll have fireworks.
They got all kinds of really neat stuff for the 3 days that it's going on up there. And for Pomeroy, this is really a huge deal.
Yeah, because Pomeroy is a really small town, right?
Yes, sir. It's a big river town. It's exactly halfway between Pittsburgh and Cincinnati on the Ohio River. So that's where they'd all stop along the way to get all their supplies and their fuels to finish up the ride.
Look at this opening ceremony, ring of the start of the festival Friday on the Ohio River. Look at this. They have a car show. The Queen's going to be there. Little Miss and Mr. Sternwheel is going to be there. Live music, fireworks. Even Tom Cruise is going to be there, I hear.
Well, it is a cruise.
Yeah.
But I mean, what's so neat about it is they combined the beard competition with this festival. And it's all in their brochures and everything. I mean, people from the festival also come to see the competition, to see what the heck's going on, see what the bearding world's all about.
I would think it would be really cool to do a freestyle beard in the shape of one of these old steamboats. That would be
that would be a brilliant idea. Do the paddle wheelers.
Yeah. I'm giving someone a free idea there. They could split the beard right down the middle and then do big wheels on the side.
Jim
Very
Jones
good
says
idea.
Jim Jones
Brilliant.
says it's like a street fair on the river.
Yes, sir. Yes, it's exactly what it is.
Have you ever been to this festival before the the Big Bend Beardsmen got involved?
No, sir, I had not. I will not lie to you. I had never heard of Pomeroy before. And if you look at the state of Ohio, where Cincinnati is, Pomeroy is the exact opposite. We're as far southwest as you can get. They're as far southeast as you can get. And Cincinnati, if you make a wrong turn, you're Kentucky or Indiana.
Yeah.
Right. So
Over there, you make a wrong turn, you're in West Virginia or Pennsylvania.
Yeah, so you do all right if you got a wrong turn in Cincinnati, but you're totally messing up if you take a wrong turn in
Yeah,
Pomeroy.
you go over to the Mothman or something over there.
My God. Don't mess up in Pomeroy.
Yeah. Pomeroy is beautiful downtown. They do a great job. And Travis and Jason and Ricky, they get knocking this thing out of the ballpark. I mean, they do a lot of community projects. They do a lot of things in the area. They do wall cleanups, and it's really a good group of guys and gals.
Yeah. So Jason writes, unfortunately, all of that was last weekend in Marietta. So speaking of Marietta, my niece goes to, or she went to Marietta University, and they have a big paddle wheel boat thing, almost probably pretty much like what's going on there on that end of the river. So I think they're just taking all the boats all the way to the other side of the river now.
Yes, sir. We used to have here, we had the tall stacks. They're bringing all the big boys used to come in here. And they did it every other year for about 4 or 5 years. And then the committee was losing money. And somebody, imagine this, somebody went out there and what they do, they put the patent or whatever it is on the name. So they would be charged to use that name.
And then just ruin the whole thing.
And ruin the whole thing, So, yeah, we don't have it anymore. When they had it, we would have about 20 boats who would come in from all over the country. They'd have races up and down the river for us and the Belle of Louisville would have a race.
How long ago was that?
They probably haven't had one for about 15 years.
Wow.
So it's been a minute. So Jason's saying that all that's not, I guess the boats aren't going to be there in Pomeroy this weekend, I assume.
No. What he was last weekend, there was another boat festival more towards kind of more in Marietta, which is east of Cincinnati. It's on the Ohio River if you get on the Ohio River in Cincinnati and you head towards Pomeroy, you go through Marietta.
Right. And the boats are going from there. Yeah. They'll stop at Pomeroy on the way back home.
Yes.
Back to Charleston.
So they will be there this week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They'll be there.
Because there's a festival for it, idiot.
Well, I know, but it said I was on board until he said, unfortunately, all of that was last weekend in Marietta.
Well, because the
boats are making their way back to Charleston, West Virginia, and make a stop in Pomeroy.
Yes.
So the way I read it was he said, unfortunately, all of that was last weekend, referring to what we were talking about.
Right. But this weekend coming up is also a great time, a great show with all the boats and stuff. What it is, these guys can't make it all in one trip. They have to stop along the way to refuel it and to restock and everything.
Because they burn coal, man.
That nice, clean coal.
They should just burn nuclear power, and then they wouldn't have to.
We could put solar panels on them, and they can make about 3 blocks.
Yep. There you go, Jim Jones. Definitely been accused of that one a time or two. All right, let's get back on track, Taxi Phil.
All righty.
You said that they had a really good MC. How about the judges for this event up there?
They've got some superstars coming in for this thing.
Gosh, let's hear
some of them, you got Patrick. We all know Patrick. You can't get any bigger name than Patrick.
Fetty.
And Joe does a great job. He's a great guy. Amber, I don't know about Amber. She's okay. But you don't even want to mention Forrest. Forrest Higgins is one of the greatest things that ever happened to the bearding world. He just happened to show up one day, and the world has just been different ever since.
I mean, I'm super glad that Forrest found this community. I've really enjoyed learning
that guy
about him over the last year or so. It's been a fun ride with him.
Oh yeah, I mean it's amazing. We got lucky and found him, and we got lucky that he joined the Beard Barons. It was a fight between us and the Big Bend Beardsmen. But
How much
that's
did you?
it's a 3-hour drive. So
How much did you pay Forrest to join your club instead of?
nothing. We paid Amanda.
Oh, smart. There you go.
You know,
That's pretty.
You got to influence the wives. Who cares about us? If
Yeah,
you can
she's like-
influence the wife, you're in good business.
That's smart. See, that's why you've been around so long, Taxi Phil. You
Oh,
know all
yeah.
the ins and outs of life.
Yeah. Make the women happy. Everything is a great thing.
The game of life. That's a great game.
Yeah. So we touched on the charity. What's the venue like there in Pomeroy? Is this an outdoor event? Is it an indoor event?
No. It's really cool. It's I'm gonna get in trouble for this one.
Uh-oh.
I believe it's the American Legion
Okay.
or the VFW. It's one of those.
But
And
it's
on
right
the
there in
second
town.
floor. They got a nice big balcony, and out front we overlook the river, and you can see all the boats and stuff. The servers there last year, they didn't know what hit them. They had no clue, and they succeeded. They did a great job. There was one lady cooking all by herself, and she did great. She kept up, but yeah, they had no idea what to expect.
Well,
And
whatever
if
it
I
is,
remember right, they might have ran out of beer.
whatever it is at 224 East Main Street. So
It
just go
is.
there and whatever the building is, just go inside. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's on the second floor. It's the Eagles. Is
Yeah,
what it is.
Pomeroy
I'm sorry.
Eagles. Yeah.
Eagles.
Yeah. Well,
Eagles.
it could be a groundhog. I don't know.
What is the Bengals?
For
Come on,
Journal
get
Order
it
of
right.
Eagles. It's like on the main drag right there. You can't miss it. There's only like 8 buildings in Pomeroy. That's where the Pomeranian dog is from. Did you know that?
No.
Oh yeah,
Invented right there in Pomeroy.
right there in Pomeroy. It was
Yep.
invented right
Right on
there.
Main
Two
Street.
guys, they had
Oh.
they had their little chemist set, and they stirred up a bunch of stuff, and then
So Pomeroy. It wasn't a very big chemistry set because
No.
a Pomeroy came out.
yeah,
like,
well,
oh,
I mean, they're
gosh.
small dogs.
Darn it, they got
Right.
short legs.
Yeah, and they got some really good raffle items. There's a young lady. She was there last year. Her name is Halo, and she's a young artist. And I mean, she's just a kid, and the stuff she did was amazing. And Ron Rice's daughter is going to be there, and she does a bunch of taxidermy artwork and stuff. So that's always a good thing to see the kids out there doing stuff. They do have a kids category, so that's always a good thing.
So you were talking about all that, but I mean, you can just go right along with the whole event. Not only does they're really good art with the beer competition, you go outside and there's still a street festival going on. So
Oh, yeah.
there's probably art out there too. So you can
It's everywhere.
load up.
It's a small town, and everybody in the town is involved. That was so cool.
Yeah,
I think-
it's always cool. Like when there's other events. Like I mean, you got a really cool beard event. It sounds like going on in the evening, and then you have all these other activities that you could spend a whole entire day checking things out, doing things, seeing things, experiencing things. Obviously, it sounds like it's a type of event that a lot of people haven't experienced before, especially seeing these riverboats and stuff like that. And I mean, that's something I've never experienced. I mean, most of the riverboats that I've seen were on the Ozarks on Netflix, but that's about it.
What's really nice too about there, it's you want to come in early, like on Friday. You can spend all 3 days there and get the opportunity to do all those things. And the community, there's all kinds of little antique stores and art stores and craft stores and stuff you can check out. Good restaurants. It's a really nice little town. And we take over the town.
Is there an ice cream store there, Phil?
So unfortunately there is.
Oh,
Okay, that's good. Do
Yeah,
they have
there
donuts there at this ice cream store?
Yeah. And the weather's supposed to be beautiful this weekend.
All right.
Your ice cream is not going to melt in 2 seconds. It'll take a lot longer for the ice cream to melt.
It don't last. If you eat it right, it doesn't melt.
Oh.
Andrew asked the best question right here, Taxi Phil.
Yes, sir.
He said, which has a better raffle, BBB or CBB?
Well, you know me. I'm a little prejudiced. The lovely Mrs. Jones handles the raffle table here.
Yeah.
We got a rocking raffle table. There's no question. There's no question. They do a good job. Don't get me wrong. There ain't a raffle table out there that touches ours.
No.
John
for sure.
McClure's for ice cream.
Oh, yeah. Man, I do
There you
that.
go. Matt McClure.
Me and Matt, we go way back.
Whoa.
We went to different schools together.
Yeah. Also went to different schools with him. This is
There you
crazy.
go.
Such a small world.
It
know.
is.
But
Mr. Brad
most-
said he's going to eat some ice cream in honor of Phil.
I just had a bowl.
A bowl?
Yeah, well, it's too late to go to the ice cream joint. I was waiting for you guys, so I had to eat a bowl real quick. And see, we just at the end of the ice cream season here in Cincinnati, because being where we live, not like Texas, where we are here in the north, you have ice cream season for soft serve. And usually October 1st is about the cutoff. But there's a couple of them that had to close early because all the kids go back to school that work there and stuff. Yeah. So I went to 2 today while I was delivering, and both of them were closed, and I wasn't happy.
No, if you deprive Phil of his ice cream,
I came home and made a bowl.
Well, Brad's doing a pint right now himself. So
there you go. Way to go.
We should have an ice cream
in
social.
Detroit. They got good ice cream up there.
Detroit ice cream.
So where did the ice cream thing start, Taxi Phil? Where did you get this fascination with ice cream cones and the posts and
I just started posting it one day. It was like, oh, what the heck? Let's have some fun because Facebook's supposed to be fun.
Absolutely,
that's what it's supposed to be about. But I started eating soft serve out there on the Carnival Midways many, many years ago, and there was a friend of ours that had an ice cream trailer. So it was like every day you'd go by, and actually what we would do is we would trade a caramel apple for an ice cream cone. And it worked out pretty good.
Right.
So it just got, where you eat them all the time. So now we try to, here I know where they all are. But traveling every town, you want to try to find the best soft serve. I'll eat hard dip or hand dip, they call it, but I prefer soft serve.
Wow. Did you ever try to mix ice cream with a caramel apple?
Yeah. But you deep fry the apple. This is pretty sad. This is pretty dangerous.
I would imagine.
In the carnival business, you core the apple, you take it and you batter it in funnel cake mix. You deep fry it. Okay. You deep fry it really good. You throw it on a plate. You put the the powdered sugar on it. Then you add the ice cream. Then you add the caramel on top of that. You drizzle caramel all over it.
Wow.
It's
my teeth hurt.
Yeah. It's real good. It's real good. And I'm going to be a smart aleck here and hope you all don't mind because I don't. One of the people used to ask us all the time in the carnival business, how do you come up with all these fried foods? What gives you these crazy ideas? Well, the honest answer is it's a cold, rainy day and we're not making any money. We go get safe, as most people know we're talking about there. Mm-hmm. And you come back from your safety meeting and you go, dude, I'll bet you if we dip this and fry it, that'll be really good. So you eat it. And it's really good. So then you have someone who has not been to a safety meeting try it. And if they like it too, then you start selling the thing.
But you got to do the trial on the person that didn't go to the safety meeting to see if your brain's right or what's going on.
No matter what it is, because after you've been to a safety meeting, everything pretty well tastes good.
Yeah, pretty much. Especially ice cream.
Oh yeah.
All right. So let's do a quick recap of this event.
Okay.
When is this event again?
It'll be this coming Saturday.
Oh my!
That's the 24th, in Pomeroy, Ohio, which is as far east as you can get in the state, southeast as you can get in the state. They've got, I believe it's 15 different categories. It is at the Eagles, at the Pomeroy Eagles, not to be confused with the VFW, the American Legion. There's a riverboat show going on at St. I think it's called the Paddle Boat or Paddle Wheelers, maybe. It's a great, great time. These guys do a great job. And the only downfall of the whole event is Jason Underhill. Besides that, everything else is fantastic.
Yeah, everything else goes just fine except for him. He's from France, I think. His name has.
He puts a little thing over his name, so it must be.
Yep, must be. That's the only thing.
He's my cousin, so that's even worse.
Oh my gosh, your cousin's from France? Are you from France?
No. I'm from Cincinnati. I'm from Erlanger, Kentucky.
Oh, okay, yeah, smart.
What about ticket prices? Would you know anything about that? Competitor and spectator.
I'm embarrassed to say I don't know, but I'm sure somebody will pop it up here in about a second. I think it's $15. I'm not positive, so I don't take that to the bank. I know that they do accept cash and cards, so everything there is really great. Unfortunately, I don't know the answer, and I apologize for that.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to look myself real quick because I had just seen it anyways. Because while we were getting
spectators are free.
Spectators are free.
$25 per category.
$25 per category. That's cheap.
$20.
Man, when you look at it.
$20 to register, $5 each additional category. If you bring a new stuffed animal, you'll receive $5 off a registration or a second free category.
Very nice. Now that video we saw in the beginning, Ricky Hassel did that. He's
I was
one who put
wondering,
that
so
thing
there you
together.
go. Ricky,
That was cool, wasn't it?
Dude, you did such a good job on that video, man. I've watched that thing a bunch of times. It's super cool. Good job.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job. And
there you go.
There you go. There you go. Put all them little dots over my name.
Yeah, you're so fancy now.
Oh, yeah. I can charge extra.
Dot those vowels.
But yeah, you don't want to miss this weekend. You'll have a great time there. I tell you, I mean, they got great judges. You know, the venue, like I said, the venue is really a nice room. And you have a big balcony that overlooks the river. You have all the boats and stuff down below you and a lot of shopping.
I like this. It's just a shame about their MC. That's the only thing that's like.
One of these days we'll find a good one.
One day. I mean, that's the only thing. It's like every event has to have that one thing that's not really that good. That's just okay.
They have a Wahaller category and a Sea Hopper.
Well, I mean, that's terrible. I just said not pretty good. And that's, the MC was just.
Yeah, the MC is he's slacking. He's working on it, though. If he gets more practice, if more competitions would ask him to come and do them, he'd get more practice.
There you go. So that's this weekend, Pomeroy, Ohio. Let's do the hard cut there. So that's this weekend. Pomeroy, Ohio, coming up September 24th.